talk about your frustration with this Chrome thing. That's a good thing. Maybe someone will know what's happening.
Hey everybody, how's it going? Welcome. It is Wednesday, 7:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, and it's the
Christian
and Daniel show. How's everybody doing? Hey Barbie, how you doing, sweetie? You know, I was just talking about you. I was about to talk about you again. I had technical issues before I went on too, and I was like, apparently Chrome has decided to update, and I couldn't bring up the show. So, yes, I can't plug in. Are you going to talk?
Hi, everyone. No, Daniel starts this. I never realized that started. So
There you go.
Annoying.
Hi. Keep talking.
Okay.
We're good.
So, yes, and the insane update for Chrome, it kept downloading like the .dmg file. I always call it the damage file, which is actually for Apples to use. That's their executable, and it's not for Windows. And then when he tried to download the Windows, it was downloading that one. And then when it stopped doing that one, then it started sending them to the App Store. Now, I'm not a Windows 10 person, so I have no idea what all this
Usually
means,
it's just like you download, you run, and runs
like the old days.
It does it. But today, I don't know. And I was watching Ken and Barbie deal with theirs, and I was like, I need to do it quick. But it still wouldn't do it. So, oh my God. And then, yes.
Yeah, something else to watch.
And then, I don't know, some of you might understand this, but when I get upset, my energy gets up there, and electronics around me start failing.
It does. He's been in his car, and his radio will start like completely not working. I remember once it was going to black screen, and I thought, oh Lordy, we're gonna have to put a new stereo in. I get in the car, it turns right on, connects right to my phone, works perfectly for me.
Yeah.
He gets back in the car, it goes black screen, won't connect to the phone, then it comes back, it comes on, the screen comes on, but then it won't connect to the phone. And then, it's insane.
Even my Surface, if I get really stressed out, my Surface will not turn on.
And then he asked me to look into it. I walk up, I push a button, it comes right on and works perfectly.
Yeah.
So it's like literally he's like an EMP.
I really do think it's the Reiki energy.
Yeah, the EMP.
I get excited and stressed out, and my energy just goes out. So if I'm ever going to do Reiki on you, do not let me do it.
If he's upset,
yes,
in any way.
No, I'm not using the stream service. I wanted to download the other system that Berkeley uses.
Oh, when I saw something, I looked at it. It's the one that he sings on.
But I'll catch up with you and Ken, and maybe I can give us some tips on what you use and we use it. But here we are. Welcome. It's Wednesday. Thank you for joining us. I was just watching Ken and Barbie on their show, and they're hilarious over there. So,
yes, extra Mexican person. Absolutely. I love that game.
I still extra Mexican person.
He is extra.
I am a little extra. And one of my pet peeves, Ken and Barbie were talking about pet peeves on their show. One of my biggest pet peeves is not being on time. I hate
it. Drives them nuts.
Being late. And then my energy just gets higher, and I'm more stressed out.
It's like the universe has its vibration, and it's normally here. It's like, and when Daniel gets upset with anything, it's like off this. You can't even see my hand. It's like, and it's vibrating so quick that his vibrations just everything reacts to it. Just like, are you kidding?
But
I'm surprised. Like stuff in the kitchen doesn't go kaput.
Well, remember your microwave, the first. That's how we bought a microwave.
Yeah.
We bought a microwave when I was recouping from cancer.
Yeah.
because I something happened and I think I'm the one that pressed something that didn't start.
Yeah, it wouldn't.
So I
start.
had to buy him a new microwave.
And it did. It literally, he touched it and it went, boop, cook, I'm dead. And then he got me this amazing Samsung that like does crispy stuff, and it's amazing.
Which I should have taken to my place and given you mine. But
no, yours came with your place. Yours is like part of the place.
Yeah, no, I even like okay. Because I love meeting people for dinners and stuff.
Oh yeah.
But yes, I have to be there before everybody. I'd rather wait for people than people wait for me. I get so embarrassed. I'm so frustrated. I don't like.
Oh, he can't.
But I don't like waiting on people either.
Oh, he hates that worse than being late.
But I'd rather wait than be waited.
No, he doesn't want anyone. He hates waiting, but to him, it's worse if someone's waiting for him.
Yes.
If they're there before us, even if we're not late, he'll still feel like he's late because he goes. They were in his mind. They're waiting for us, and we should have left earlier, even though it would have been earlier.
We live together. Well, we practically do live together, except this week because I left.
Yeah, this week he left, and
I left.
This
Friday.
place gets this place was really quiet for one thing, super quiet.
Which I don't know how to take that, but
and I'm not saying it's a negative, but I'm not saying it's a positive either. And then this morning I'm sitting. I made myself breakfast, and I'm watching Star Trek Next Generation. I just put it on in the background because I love to have it on. And it doesn't distract me because I've seen all these episodes like 1,000 times, so I know exactly. I could do the lyric or the scripts, and it's on. But something sad happened, and it triggered me, and I started thinking about my mom, and I started crying. And I just sat at breakfast crying for 45 minutes, crying and sad and missing my mom and realizing Mother's Day was hard, and then the anniversary of Daniel's diagnosis with cancer was a hard day. It all kind of came out, which is good. It's totally healthy. But that doesn't happen when he's here. Because he usually can cheer me up and get me out of that little valley pretty quick. But I'm just I went to that little valley this morning, and it wasn't bad. It needed to happen, and I'm glad it happened. Thank you, Ken. Very sweet. But it had to happen, and I felt good about it, and I felt good afterwards. And afterwards, I looked up, I'm going to do a big old journal entry. So I did 2 pages in my journal, and, that's self-care for me. I did 2 pages in my journal and worked all this stuff out. There are a few things bugging me that I took care of. I had to make a couple calls today to some greedy corporations. I'm going to leave it at that. And who are blithely unaware of the pandemic, apparently. And just went from there. And then my day got really good. It was a great day. It's been a great day. So
good. And
now he's here. And I'm really happy about that because it makes me, it is harder and harder for us to be apart. We both have noticed as years have gone by. Oh God.
You were eating Rice Krispies. We're going to use that. I'm going to start using that.
That's really clever.
But I think we both needed, because Sunday was Mother's Day. So happy Mother's Day to all our all our friends who are mothers, I guess. Yeah. I think we both needed. I definitely wanted to be alone for Mother's Day.
Were we alone for Mother's Day?
Yeah, because that was.
Oh, that was Sunday.
That was Sunday, and
yeah. I think it was. Daniel and I do appreciate our time apart. I miss him completely when he's not here. I really do. Like I said, it got really quiet, and that got a little. Today, eating breakfast alone in silence seemed like the most effed up thing ever to me. I said, this is what's going on? When did I become the lonely bachelor sitting at a table with the windows open, hoping someone looks in while I'm eating so I feel like I have company? It was bizarre. When does that stuff cross my mind? I'm not single, but it felt like I was. I felt so alone in that moment. And then on top of that, the emotional outburst, it just all kind of, added up. But we do appreciate, I actually love the silence too. Because there's times when I'm just oh, this is so great. Yeah. I don't use the door to the bathroom when he's not here. I can leave the door open. I can do my business. I can take showers with the door open, which I always do anyway. But
and for me, the big thing is I have my favorite spot on the couch, and it's my little lap desk is there. My plug is there.
It is.
So
and it's a huge multi-plug.
Yeah,
so everything's plugged in.
So everything is right there, and I can work. And like if I want to take a nap and wake up at 11 o'clock at night, I can just pull out my laptop and work and work for a couple hours, and not an issue. And I can.
And I kind of do the same thing. Like I like to I intermittent.
Get a dog.
I intermittently like to run and lay in my bed. I lay in it for like about 10 minutes usually. Sometimes I fall asleep, and that's not that. And if Daniel's here, he's like, "Oh, you just left me. Went to sleep." Okay.
Well, okay.
No, not a bad thing. It's just
no. It is a bad thing.
Well, it's a bad thing.
It is a bad thing. Here is why it's a bad thing. Because I tend, like when I'm here, I tend to go to bed at midnight. Usually,
like religiously.
Like I at 11:30, I'll start taking my pills.
The last few days before you left.
Well, because
you
we
were up pretty late. We were
binging shows. But usually, I will take my pills about 11:30 midnight, and then I will go brush my teeth, go to bed. But I'll, if he's gonna watch TV, I'll give him a kiss goodnight, and I'll go to bed. And then most of the times, he will go to bed just to annoy me for a little while. And we've talked.
I don't do it to annoy you. I do it because it feels good to my body. Like all these muscles relax.
No. When I go to bed.
Oh, I haven't done that since
I had my but
so that has stopped.
But if I should happen to go to bed and not kiss him goodnight and just go off, you'll be like, "What's wrong?"
The next day, I'll be like,
"I
didn't kiss me.
I can't believe you didn't kiss me." But we'll be on the couch, and then all of a sudden, I'll turn around and he's gone, and he's in bed snoring, and I'm like, "What the hell?" And then I'll turn off the lights and go to bed. And he's like, "Oh, you don't have to come to bed." I'm like, "Well, you left me alone on the couch." But I will not turn to you and say, "You didn't kiss me goodnight."
Okay. Cool.
Oh, you were just talking. Somebody else was just talking to me about that show.
Middleditch and Schwartz?
Yes, somebody else was just telling me. It's on my to-watch list. Wayne. Wayne was telling me about that.
It's the language of love. It is the language of love. I think you can. He needs to learn to appreciate it because he snores too. He speaks that same language. And one of these nights, I'm going to be creepy and I'm going to record him. Because he says he never sleeps on his back.
I don't snore.
And he doesn't snore. And he doesn't snore.
I do talk. I do talk.
And he doesn't snore. That's hilarious. So
I do know that I talk because I've woken myself up from dead sleep talking. And I've punched you before.
Mm-hmm. He has literally kicked and punched me out of bed.
Yeah. I remember
in a dream, and he'll wake up and he'll be like, "Oh, I'm sorry, honey. What happened?" I'm like, "Why are you saying sorry if you don't know what happened?"
The punch has woken me up.
Yes, the punch to my face hurt, but it woke him up. Oh, poor baby.
Well, Ken and Barbie were just talking on the show. For everybody watching, Ken and Barbie have their own show. If Barbie, put your link to your page so they know where to follow you. But she was just talking about snoring, that it's really bad if you're a snorer. But you're not a bad snorer.
I'm not. I don't snore really loud, and I don't sleep on my back ever. I don't have sleep apnea or anything. So it's a quiet. It's not a loud, grating, house window shaking snore.
No. It's just like, but I'll just nudge you and you move.
And I'll move.
But I do remember one night of several where I turned around and
I said, "Love,
hi, sweetie," and where I turned around and punched him, and it woke me up.
Yeah.
And then I was like,
"Poor baby."
And then I was like, "What?"
I know, and he like aggressively looks at me and says, "What?" Like I punched him.
Like, how dare you punch my hand with your body?
How dare you put your face on my fist while I'm asleep?
I did punch you in the face once.
You did, yes, you have.
Oh my God, yeah. But it's usually
I would love to know where he was at in that dream.
I used to dream a lot more when I was recouping from cancer.
But we weren't in the same bed then. Because you were sleeping on the couch usually, and I would go to bed.
But when I would come here, when I was recouping afterwards, like before I had to go to the emergency room, I would have weird dreams. So yeah, but I don't know. My sister's online. Maybe she can say if I talked when I wondered, Nancy,
lately he's been talking in English. Most of the time it's in Spanish. So I just hear all the
Nancy,
Spanish.
Did I talk in my sleep when I was a kid? Because I wonder.
She's all, no, you were just annoying her. It wasn't just when you were sleeping.
Well, because we slept in the same room in Dallas. So
you poor woman.
But Linda, wait.
But wait, Karen. Linda. Wait, Karen. One moment, Karen.
I don't remember.
Nancy's all,
I talk in my sleep too. Yeah, I do have full-on conversations, and I've woken myself up from yelling or crying.
Yeah, yeah. And now I've woken myself up talking. It doesn't happen at all. It's been very rare for me. But yeah, absolutely, Nancy.
I do still listen to the radio because here's one thing that my sister used to do when I was a kid. My sister Nancy's on watching the show right now, but she would play music to go to sleep.
Mm-hmm.
And
I used to do that.
And to this day, I have to sleep.
Hi, Ross. Have a good evening.
I sleep. Good night, Ross. Ross is my Canadian boyfriend. His wife doesn't know, but he's my Canadian boyfriend. Perfect Spanish. Christian likes something. We're going to have to do like a word of the week now. Like one word, a new word in Spanish. Because everybody likes you speaking Spanish. Like, what was the other word? Telenovela? Telenovela.
It's a telenovela.
Gabby likes it when you say telenovela. Escándalo. So we're going to have to do like, I'm going to have to teach you a word.
I could do the rock thing.
Yeah, I'm going to have to teach you a word before we start the show so you can use the word of the day.
Yeah, okay.
And we'll do that next week.
Okay. Española. Española.
Ahora, mariposa.
Mariposa.
Have we told that show?
No, we haven't told that story. That's
story?
A long story.
Okay. Remind us next week because it
is a funny story. The mariposa maricon
story.
And if you speak Spanish, you know I just basically cussed.
Yes.
Not really cussed, but a derogatory word.
But Nancy was here for that. So
but Nancy was here, and so was Martha was there.
Martha.
And you and I, I think it was the four of us.
We were at the mall.
And it was at the Farmers Market here in LA. Farmers Market is actually a mall. It's right next to
The
Grove. And it's an older mall. And it was, for some reason, it was packed. And at that exact moment when I misused words, it was like every Hispanic that could exist was in that courtyard when I used the wrong word, and it was.
But I'm gonna make a note, and we'll talk about this.
Yes,
next
week.
We
will share that story.
So remind us that we're gonna tell the mariposa story.
Yeah, and Nancy was dying. I'll never forget, and it was such a sincere mistake on my part.
The funny thing is that every time we went to Texas and new family members would show up,
they knew that story. They would tell that story, so that's how they know me.
I do. You're saying Spanish. I know. I'm the one. I actually. I mean, I do, but I don't really swear Spanish.
No, you don't.
Chingado is.
He likes chingado.
Chingado. When I'm really mad. Otherwise, it's just chin.
He's like ching.
That's how you know.
That's how I know to keep doing whatever I'm doing because it's annoying.
That's how it's annoying.
Like I'm like, oh, if he cusses, it's good.
But again, we were just starting to say that for all our friends who are moms, or our friends' moms, happy Mother's Day. I did a TikTok video and a Facebook video.
Of course he did a TikTok.
I'm all into TikTok.
He's a big TikTok person. And now it's weird because he has a lot of kid followers, which really irks me. I'm like, whoa.
I do. And but I told you, I think when I did a video for everybody watching, it's May, and May is Mental Health Awareness Month. So the whole month is mental health. And I'm part of the Wisdo family, and Wisdo is an app that you can go on, and there's mentors that walk you through situations. And I have a group called Positive Movement. That's Monday mornings, 9 o'clock here in California, Pacific Standard Time, and I mentor people through hard stuff to have a positive day. So anyway, so I did a TikTok. I know, it was a long story.
Shameless self-promotion.
It's not because it's mine, but it's a really cool app. Go check it out.
It's the Christian and Daniel show, by the way.
And but I did a TikTok about agoraphobia and anxiety, and I think that's why a lot of kids follow me, because they're going through anxiety and depression and panic attacks and stuff. So
I just, I'm like, kids aren't. I'm sorry, kids.
Gabe, I'm gonna send you the link. Gabe, I'm gonna send you the link to my show so you can.
Mom and Dad are suffering a lot right now. I don't know.
Well, we were talking about that. I don't want to get into it, but everything is changing, and there's such, like, with all the information about we're going back, we're not going back, we're starting, we're not starting, what's happening. Kids are getting stressed out, and they're not used to, as much as they complain about going to school, they miss school. They've lost that normalcy, and we have to keep an eye on the kids because we don't know. There's the rate of suicides has increased.
Every teacher on the planet is laughing like I just laughed because you're having to watch. You mean your children aren't little angels like you've told me for all the years they've been in my classroom? They're not angels. You have to keep an eye on them.
What?
No. You know, I just laugh because I'm like, there's a woman on, there was a mother on Facebook who, I think it might have been a TikTok to begin with. But she's basically saying, like, telling the teacher, she goes, if you want a 24 karat gold necklace every week, I'll buy you one. If you want like top shelf vodka every week, I'll buy you that every week. And like she went through all this like really extravagant stuff. If you want this every week, I'll get it for you and I'll bring it to school to you. And she goes, please just take our children back and start teaching again. And I could have died because as for the short time I taught, I could tell you, you cannot take for granted that you could bring your kids to school, and everyone did. All the parents used to think this is forever. It's wonderful. I don't have the kids for the whole day. Welcome to the real world. Yeah. This is like in the original Matrix when they say, do you want the blue pill or the red pill? Welcome to the real world.
But we really hope that everybody watching is doing well. Thank you for everybody that's been chiming in. This is the Christian and Daniel Show. Remember, we're on live every Wednesday at 7:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Check us out. We're right after the Barbie and the Ken and Barbie show. So after Ken and Barbie, come and check us out.
Gabe, that is something I really feel for these kids on, is that, well, hello there, Ashley. But I know, I feel for kids who didn't get to celebrate their graduation. That's a lot of work. Yeah. And it's a lot of years. And even if you were the best or worst or the whatever type of student you may have been, it's still an achievement and it deserves recognition. And unfortunately, these kids are really not getting it. And I feel for them.
And I didn't go to my graduation, so I get it. I know how it feels to put that much energy in and not go to graduation because I didn't get to go. So.
Oh, I did. And it was wonderful. And I wouldn't have traded that for the world. It's just like not going to prom. And again, a lot of kids didn't get prom either. They didn't get their senior ball. And I feel for them on that too. Yeah. I mean, it stinks because those are life events that some of us remember the rest of our lives. And there are people who go to therapy because they didn't go.
Because I've gone to therapy for every issue that I've ever had. But we as adults, we look back and we think, oh my God, kids, give it. But
not on those topics I did.
But when we were kids, those were the big events. I mean,
were huge.
That's the biggest thing.
You know how much planning went into these things? You have to plan for your parents to take, all the parents, if you're going in a group, like 3 couples or 4 couples, you have to go to each house. You have to hire the limo to be able to go to each. It's so much work. Yeah. It's a lot of work, but it was so much fun.
For us, somebody graduating, per se, from junior high to high school, we're like, really? But for somebody at that age, that is their biggest accomplishment.
That is a huge accomplishment. To them, to the kids, it's a big. But I remember when I went through school, no one celebrated going from 8th to 9th. No one celebrated going from 5th to 6th. I mean, that just wasn't celebrated when I was a kid. I don't know when that all changed, but now that kids have that expectation, it's really hard not to have it. Yeah. So I get that. kids really, there's a lot of people, and like people with birthdays, anniversaries, even Mother's Day. It's just crazy that they can't celebrate it like they have. But I will say the most touching thing I got to see this week
actually.
was, I totally did, Barbie. I went to my sophomore year. I went with a junior to ball, her junior prom. Then I went to my junior prom the next year, and I went to senior ball in my senior year.
Yeah, I went to high school in Mexico, and we don't have proms. When I, the school that I went to, we didn't have proms. So.
And
you're evil.
And anyway,
yeah, we barely had a roof over our school.
He knows exactly where my terrible brain was going. No.
We had to go to the outhouse, and I rode to school in a burro every morning with my tortillas.
And up in the snow. Yes, I remember spending a week planning for the kindergarten to first grade celebration.
I have my picture from kindergarten.
It was so cute. And it's adorable. I mean, because they're little ones, and the 5-year-olds, they get so excited, and they put on the cute little gowns. So anyway, it was adorable.
For everybody watching, what was like your biggest accomplishment when you were a kid? Like, what were you looking forward to the most? Like, because I remember, like, I was ready to finish high school. I didn't. My parents were in Texas, and my sisters weren't going to be there, and nobody was going to be there for my graduation. So I didn't want to go. So I didn't go. Like, I got my ring, and then I lost my ring like a week later. Because in Mexico you get rings. Oh. You can order a ring with your school.
Oh yeah. You can do that here too. But I don't wear rings.
And
so
then,
I never ordered them.
But I lost it a week later, and I was like pissed. That was going to be my big thing, to have a ring. So when I came back to Texas, I would have my ring, and I lost it. Yeah. I went to visit a friend of mine at her school, and I took it off to wash my hands. I left it on the sink, and I walked away. Yeah,
because it meant so much to you.
Yeah,
that's why I didn't. One, I don't wear rings. I don't like jewelry on my body. I just don't. And so it's like the last thing the plan I want to buy is a ring for my senior year, because what's the point? And I didn't even buy a ring for my master's degree.
Gabe, you're such a turd. For anybody, just go back and read his. I am not going to dignify this by reading his comment. Y'all want to see what Gabe is? You want to see what Gabe is doing? Go read the comments.
And Michael, yes,
in the ring.
Yes, in other countries they do. They don't call it prom, or they don't call it prom or senior ball. They don't do any of that. It is, but there's usually a formal dance of some sort that happens. That was my experience in Germany, and in Germany, Spain, Austria, and most of Western Europe have some type of dance, usually for the final year of high school before they go off to university.
I know
that was my experience. Maybe it's changed. I don't know.
I was in drama. I was in drama my last year of high school, so I did get to perform for our class at this big event. It wasn't graduation, but it was a big event for the school, and I got to perform it. So that was it. Yeah. So, are we gonna wear rings?
I don't know if I'll wear a rink when I get married, because rinks are pretty big and heavy.
Oh,
but just kidding.
Making fun of you, Barbie.
I'm not. I really don't. No, but the little German I did speak, the friends I made when I lived in Germany, told me I spoke really good German without an American accent.
Wait a minute. Go back. You're not. If we get married, you're not going to wear a ring?
We've talked about this.
Yeah, but
he's acting like it's the first time.
But not in public.
And German nonetheless. Oh,
I thought it was a drug dealer ring.
Yes, because that's the big jewel in it. Yeah,
I do wear rings.
Because I don't think they do that in any other country. I don't know of any other country that does senior class rings and stuff like that.
But I would wear the ring, because I would wear it.
Well, but now I really love the old days, the 50s, when men didn't wear the wedding ring, only the woman did. Because I don't like wearing jewelry, and it feels weird on my hand. But I did condition myself with a hematite ring for quite some time. And then when I started getting sick, I started feeling like the energy, there's a reason I don't wear it right now. No, that's neat.
I don't know what it is.
And so I can wear a ring. It just has to be the right type of ring. I don't like the big, thick, heavy things. One, because Well, I like big, thick, heavy things, just not on my finger. That didn't sound right either. God, I'm out of that hole. Like I wear a smooth-sided hematite ring, so because it doesn't irritate me, and I eventually can get used to it, and it won't cut into me or anything. But yeah, it's I don't want to, but if Daniel would be very unhappy with me not wearing the ring, then I would wear the ring. Because, I want him...
I'll just brand him.
If that ring is the only way he can feel connected to me, then I have to honor that very sad state of being.
Barbie saying that Ken forgot to wear his ring and they thought it... Funny thing, Barbie, is that when we go out to places sometimes, people think we're brothers.
Usually elderly people.
Yeah.
I guess they don't get... Like, we'll say, well, this is my partner, and... I don't know. I guess because their generation maybe didn't deal with homosexuals. It was like because they were DL and in the closet. That maybe in their world, when you say partner, they think it must be business. It must be a business partner.
I don't think we look alike.
Hola.
Okay, so for next week, we've got 2 stories for you guys next week. We've got the Mariposa story, and we have the Hawaii, the luau story. Remember the family that was sitting next to us? Sorry, I just burped in. Remember the gentleman that was sitting there at the end of the table?
Yes.
Okay,
from Arizona.
Yeah, the luau. So
we're at a luau in horrible Maui.
Next week.
And we'll tell you next week.
Because we're 8 o'clock. We're 30 minutes in.
Okay, we have 15, right?
Right.
All right.
But your ring is too tight? Yeah. So I'm probably just going to brand him. That's all I'm doing. Just put a brand on him.
He'll be all, I want you to get a tattoo. I know people who have tattooed a ring on their ring finger, but that seems kind of... If something doesn't work out, then you're like, oh, I just have a ring on a tattoo. It's pretty.
Barbie sent me a photo last night. We were chatting, we were texting, and she sent me a picture. And she said,
thank you, Gabe.
Are you on another show? Are you related? Or is this you? And it was a picture of a guy from one of the prison shows in Costa Rica, one of the reality shows. And I'm like, I've never been in Costa Rica, and I don't...
But he could say it correctly.
I don't think I have family. I don't think we have family in Costa Rica.
He hasn't been to Costa Rica.
We probably do have people in prison, but I don't think we have people in Costa Rica.
I can't roll R's.
Costa Rica.
The only R's I can roll are like a pirate. Okay.
Just wear my t-shirt so it gets dirty.
That's a ring.
I'm not even going to dig about your more, Gabe.
Awesome.
I am done with you, Gabe. I'm done with you right now. Anyway, thank you for everybody who's been joining us. This is the Christian and Daniel show. Remember, we are on live every Wednesday at 7:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. If you have not followed us on YouTube, go check us out at YouTube and subscribe. In case you missed the shows, you want to go back and check them out, you will get notification every time we post a new one. Plus, there's auditions and there's comedy shows and there's all kinds of stuff on there. So go check it out.
I've watched that World Toughest Prison show.
Yeah.
It's kind of extreme. Well, the first season I really liked. The second season, the British guy was kind of... I didn't find him as entertaining. But the first season was great. Like, they had a really good freshman year.
Well, freshman season. They thought one of the guys in Costa Rica was...
Oh, really no doubt.
We all kind of... We're all in that same... Which is a good segue for our pick of the week.
Pick of the week.
I didn't even ask you before the show what your pick of the week was.
My pick of the week is what we were recommended to watch, and I binged watched till 5 in the morning.
I haven't seen it yet.
Hollywood on Netflix. It was such a joy to watch. Who do I sound like? I sound like some character.
Oh my
God.
Hello.
Oh my pearls. No, it was a fantastic show. The reason I stayed up so late was because I could not stop watching it. Every episode ended and I go, I have to see what happens. I can't just wait till tomorrow. I can't go to sleep where I won't even know time is passing and wait till tomorrow. That's not required, Ken. We know he may not have been handsome.
I'll show you the picture. I'll show him the picture.
I'm just kidding. But anyway, so my pick of the week was Hollywood. Hollywood was amazing, so well acted. I was very impressed, and it was so. The expectation I had for it, like no one. The good thing is no one gave me any hints about it, and I had a certain expectation for it from the imagery that Netflix has put out, and once it came out, once I started watching it, it evolved so quickly. Like literally in the first episode, it evolved so quickly.
It's fast paced.
That I was like, I can't not watch this entire series.
Because it's one season right now, right?
One season.
Yeah.
Because
you know, sometimes I hate shows that, like the first episode, you're like, I don't know if I can handle this. And you have to wait like half into the second episode to like it actually start.
No, this
rolling.
Hollywood pretty well jumps. I think they jumped in the deep end pretty quick.
Okay.
But it was great. Like I understand our nephew Carlito or Joe Ramones, he told us last week you have to see it.
And Michael did
he's
too.
absolutely right. Michael did too. And it was so not what I was expecting. The show went so counter to what I thought it was going to be. It was incredible.
Gabe, I'm so done with you at this episode. I'm so done with you. My pick of the week, I saw a very short documentary. It's, I think, 49 minutes long. It's called The Queen, and it's also on Netflix. The Queen is a documentary about a 1967 drag show.
Wow.
And
that was
it's
a rough
filmed,
time to do it.
It's filmed on one camera, and it's kind of from the moment these guys show up to a drag show, and I believe it's in New York.
That would make sense.
They show up to the show and the process, and there is one queen that, and I'm not really revealing anything, but she doesn't win, and she's got this thing going, darling, and that's her, and it made me okay.
Yes, Barbie.
The reason I really like this documentary is because it's such a vault into 1967 gay culture and drag shows. And if you see that and you see now, the drag has evolved.
It's very different.
It's evolved, but it hasn't. There is still like the pageantry of it and the preparation for it.
Oh,
and, like there is something about it. And it's like seeing a 1967 version of RuPaul's drag show. It's really interesting.
Well, and the good thing is drag queens have always been catty and mean to each other in the most entertaining fashion. So I think that's something that has never gone away. That's always been there. Because I think in those days, in those early days, you had to kind of be a bitter bee to get through life, because people were so cruel and mean to anyone who is different.
But again, not giving away anything of the documentary, I
haven't seen it, so I'm just speaking.
One of the really cool things is seeing the guys show up in 1967 style.
Oh yeah,
like in the sweaters and the
panel shirts.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Yeah.
I'm getting chills. It's the style, because it's like my style of clothing.
Yeah, it is.
And so it was watching it, and then I've pictures of my brother-in-law that passed away, Adolfo, my sister Juanita's husband. Pictures of them from that era, and it's so like it reminded me of those photos. Just making me sad. My brother-in-law passed away several years ago, but he was of that style.
Okay.
So to know that like gay men were not expressing themselves unless they were on stage somehow.
Well, drag queens.
Yeah, drag queens. Yeah, it's so go catch it out. It's quick. It's easy to watch.
And a movie or a play you could see, The Boys in the Band. That'll give you another point of view on not necessarily the drag queens, but on the gay men of that same era. It's kind of neat. So Heidi in Closet.
Gabe,
I hated that name. I'm so glad she changed it.
Gabe, if you come to California, I will definitely take you to a drag show.
If we're able to do that.
Yes.
Or we'll at least
travel.
We'll at least zoom you into one.
Once he's able to travel, then we can. Yes. You need to come out here.
But Heidi in Closet. Oh, God. I feel like RuPaul. I hated that name.
I haven't watched Friday's episode, so I want to watch watch it.
I know I have it.
Yeah.
It's
So,
just it's such a horrible name. So she changed it to what? Heidi. What's it now? Oh, I can't remember what it is now. But yeah, Rue changed it for her. Thank goodness, girl got a new name.
But
and it'll make it big now.
For everybody watching, also I want to tomorrow at 2:00 Eastern Time, 11:00 Pacific Standard Time.
Yeah.
Tomorrow at 11:00 Pacific Standard Time, I will be doing a Instagram interview for The Body with my dear friend, my brother from another mother, Charles Sanchez out of New York. He will be interviewing me tomorrow on The Body Instagram page, 11:00 Pacific Standard Time. Click in, follow us so you can follow the interview. But I will be interviewing him.
Wow, that's amazing. I don't know how that stuff type of happens. No one ever interviews me.
Well,
no one wants to know what's going on with me.
They will.
No one cares what's happening with me.
And
I'm fine with that. I am not a big social
I was
media.
talking to Barbie, and I was telling her that at some point we need to do a Ken and Barbie, Christian and Daniel show episode.
That would be insane.
Wouldn't that be insane?
I would love it. Be insane. We'd be
And
crazy.
also, we don't say this at the beginning of the show, but if we still have like 5 more minutes, if you guys have any questions for us, feel free to chime in right now. If you have one question, we always forget this at the beginning of the show, but if you have a question for us that you've always been curious to ask, how do we stay so young? I have a podcast interview with who? At 12 tomorrow. Oh, with who? And where? Is it going to be live or can you...
Zoom it in.
Zoom it in, yes. We could do a Zoom interview.
Zoom.
Yeah.
Zoom.
K, B, C, and D.
ABCD show, that's great. Hello, Estela.
And there's more stuff coming up. We definitely wanted... I've been talking to Wayne. Wayne is still on the air. For those of you that don't know, at one point, a couple of years ago, we had Zodiacs, which was a horoscope show. And we might bring that up in a Zoom show. So
I don't, actually.
What is the question?
But no, the pic behind me, I actually purchased it from a store called Plumbers that no longer exists from what I guess it has a different one location now left in LA. And I don't know who painted it, but it gets a lot of positive attention from all the times Daniel has sat in front of it. So it's kind of funny that you ask. And then, Michael, I don't actually have a shirt. I feel that I've never thought of a shirt as identity. But I'll go
what he's talking about, right?
Yeah, yes, I do.
I mean, the Instagram. Well, no, because he's doing his Instagram.
Sí, yo comprendo.
For those of you following, he's Michael Moran. Post your Instagram link so they can follow you. It's a really cool project that he's working on.
Yeah, but I am going to go through my closet, Michael, and I will try to find one that maybe I do have that. You know what? Maybe the New York Gay and Sober shirt. The one with the different languages. I really liked that one that first year.
Yeah.
I think we found it, Michael. I think I found it. Do I just take a picture and send it to him?
Yeah, we'll take a picture of your home.
I will do it.
Michael Moran, who is commenting,
So, yes.
Is working on an Instagram page that is about T-shirts and
is there might be a voice delay?
identity, and there might be a delay.
I will.
But he's got 2 of mine. Thank you so much for including me in your project. He's got 2 of my pictures.
I'm not saying anything.
One of them is from HIV.
Proud now.
Yeah. No shame.
No shame. Yeah, no shame. I do like that campaign.
And the second one was of the one that says 13 in the back from when I was.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's really good. Yes, Gabe, we are coming out the closet.
Wait, you're gay?
Hello. I'm always happy.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Of
Estoy
course I'm
feliz.
gay. Of course I'm gay. Of course I'm gay.
Well, folks, that is 45 minutes in. Thank you so much. This has been what? That closet lost the door.
According to my friends, even when I came out of the closet officially for me, apparently those doors were opened up when I was about 11.
Our closet doors are made of glass. There is no hiding in there.
I couldn't have hidden. I only hid from myself, not from anyone else.
When Gabe comes and does drag, we'll come out of the closet.
And on that note,
thank you guys for watching. This has been the Christian and Daniel Show. Remember, every Wednesday night, 7:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time.
We love you guys.
Follow us. Join us. Put a notice. You can get a notice when the show goes live, so make sure you do that.
And Martha, you can catch it on YouTube, or you can watch right after the show. It'll eventually post on Facebook too.
Yes, so it'll be on Facebook, and then we're on the Daniel G Garza YouTube page. So go check it out, along with many other stuff that's on there.
And we love to see you guys.
And we've got our TikTok.
Love to see you, Nancy.
Yeah, and go check out our TikToks. So we'll post everything on there. Thank you for joining us. We'll see you guys next week. Bye.
Bye.